Welcome to the Mindset Mile podcast, the show that'll leave you empowered to take action towards becoming the turned up version of your already awesome self. I'm your host, Aisha Zaza, and I'm so glad you're here. Let's go. Hello, fam, and happy Monday, or whatever day of the week it is you're listening to this. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button so you don't ever need to think about when a new episode comes out. By subscribing to the show, you'll get a notification when a new episode drops to get your week started out on the right foot. Today, I want to talk about a few things that are draining your energy. My hope with the show is always that you're inspired to take action towards living your best and healthiest life through movement and working on your mindset and your habits. And while I've probably touched on some of these things in other episodes, I'm hoping that hearing them all together in one shot will really make you evaluate the things that may no longer be serving you and keeping you from living a vibrant life that's fueled by great energy. Because these three things are robbing you from that, and it's time to do something about it. The first thing you're doing that is draining your energy is trying to be perfect. Dealing with perfectionist tendencies is deeper rooted than it might appear. On the surface, it can seem harmless to aim for perfection and always want to put your best foot forward. But oftentimes, perfectionism prevents people from never even taking a step, stopping any forward movement because they are worried about feeling inadequate, being judged or criticized, and not meeting a usually ridiculously high standard for themselves. So if you're someone who chronically procrastinates and would rather do nothing at all than do something not perfect, you may be draining yourself more than you think. One of the most impactful tips I've ever been given on this is to focus on meaning over perfection. When you find meaning, joy, and fulfillment in what you do, then it doesn't matter if it's done perfectly. I say this all the time, but you must learn to embrace the process because a results-oriented mindset is going to leave you frustrated, discouraged, and will encourage you to quit on whatever it is you're doing because results usually don't show up on our expected timeline. It's going to be important for you to lower your unrealistic expectations of yourself. I want you to think about this for a second and answer it honestly. When has it ever served you to set your standards of yourself too high? Nobody puts more pressure on us than we do ourselves. So you need to be cognizant of that and know that nobody is criticizing your work and your effort the way that you are. Allow yourself to make mistakes. Mistakes are not bad. Falling short of a self-set expectation literally only means what you make it mean, which I'm going to guess is usually identified as a failure. But that is not the truth. Mistakes and shortcomings are an opportunity to learn and grow. Stop wasting so much energy dwelling on them and just move on with what you've learned. The second thing that's draining your energy is being a people pleaser. People pleasers generally feel a sense of approval and satisfaction when they spend their time doing things for others, but it usually comes at the cost of their own wants and needs. They're usually very empathetic, helpful, and kind, but often they struggle with advocating for their own boundaries, which in turn causes a lot of stress and anxiety. Like literally saying no is stressful because people pleasers fear they're letting others down or will be seen as selfish or mean. I've struggled with this to a degree in my own life. But when you use all your energy and mental resources towards making sure others are happy, how often do you feel like you are the only one left unhappy, depleted, and not living with a sense of authenticity? Establishing and communicating boundaries is not mean, and it does not make you a selfish person. Get very clear on what your goals are, because when you know what your goals are, knowing what you can and can't take on will start to become very clear. If it doesn't line up with your goal and you don't have the extra time for it, then guess what? That's a boundary. That is not being selfish. Secondly, take time before you answer. Nobody is mad about getting back to them with an answer to a request, but we're always so quick to hurry up and just say yes. Right? So whether that's if you're able to attend an event or if you're able to take on a task, you don't need to rush to an answer. Let them know you'll get back to them, go check your schedule, and actually give yourself a chance to see if what you're being asked you can actually take on before saying yes and overcommitting. There is power in the pause. And finally, people pleasers need to practice positive self-talk. A lot of where this habit comes from is actually one's own insecurity in believing they don't deserve to have time or to do things for themselves. Here's your reminder. Your goals are important. Your time is valuable, and you deserve to put effort into yourself, period. The third thing that's draining your energy is trying to control situations you have no control over. I work on this all the time. This comes in all different shapes and forms. Worrying about what others think of you, stressing over decisions made by the government, being upset about an accident and traffic that's making you late, being mad about how someone else handled the situation. Here's the thing. When you place blame outward because of how you feel, you give all your power away to change that. I'm not saying you need to be fake happy or that your first initial reaction to something won't be irritated or bothered, but keeping perspective of what is in your control is going to shave so much stress from your life. When was the last time you worried or stressed so much about a situation that it actually changed the outcome of it? Probably never. You are the one who suffers most when you stress about things you cannot control, but also so do others around you. Because it likely means that you're not showing up as your best self when you're consumed with things that you can't change. Writing emotional highs and lows in your day is taxing. And if you feel temperamental in this way, then beginning to practice mindfulness is going to serve you big. Being able to bring your mind and attention to the present moment is the core of what mindfulness means. And while I'd love to take a deep dive on some tips and practices for that, I just don't have the scope of time to do that in this episode. But there are tons of podcasts and YouTube videos and articles out there if that's something you're interested in learning more about. So these three things, trying to be perfect, being a people pleaser, and trying to control things that are outside your control are some of life's biggest stress inducers. You can work out and eat clean and take all the vitamins in the world, as much as you want. But if you don't deal with the mental weight that brings you down, then it's going to be nearly impossible to live your life to the fullest. Life is messy, and we are not perfect. Don't beat yourself up for doing these things, but I'm hoping that bringing awareness to them will help you begin the practice of undoing them. Tag me in your IG stories so I can see you and say hi. I love seeing which episodes best served you. I'll see you next week, and until then, make it a great day.